don't just bump it up a little more?
What you mean bump it up a little more?
Better housing, more money, more.
And guess what? And that's what we have now. They have
Right.
two.
That's true.
They had 2 years of bumping it up, bumping it up, bumping it up, bumping it up. What? What do you mean? Here's the thing. I'm about
Go ahead. Go ahead.
damn 100%.
That's what I like. This is what I like.
95%
Fired up. What?
socialists over here. They say 57% of people did not pay taxes.
Huh?
57% of people in 2021, I believe,
Did not file taxes. They did not
pay.
pay. They did not pay the tax.
Pay. So you just said, well, all these kids, you should get money back. So why am me, the entrepreneur, paying for your damn kids?
That's a good point.
Why?
Because Jesus.
We talking about taxes here. Jesus said, give Caesar's to what Caesar, give the Lord to what his Lord, right? So Jesus out the picture.
Well, Lewis.
You want to quote
I
Bible.
hear you.
So why I'm paying for all these?
Because we can let's just do the Christian thing. Let's just give. Let's just give
me.
back.
I'm talking about me.
I hear you. You're a Christian. You a God-fearing man. If you see somebody in need or less educated, didn't do all the right things, and I know you worked hard. I know you did what you were supposed to do. You didn't waste time. You wasn't playing around. But still go ahead and give back. Help the less fortunate.
Brandon, the government is wasteful and inefficient.
Right.
So my money goes to the government.
Mm-hmm.
They waste a whole bunch of it, borrow off of it, and give that money back to a person with 10 kids. Why should my money go to the person with 10 kids?
Your money should.
I'm not saying this from my view. I'm just saying what
I know. I'm just saying. I think they misappropriate funds. They should give us more, and definitely look out for those people, because if you boost them up or try to have programs where it helps benefit them and so they can get their life together, it'll help everyone, just because we're not necessarily taking care of them forever.
Brandon, I'll go give you a fact about me you may not know.
Okay.
The more money I make, the more money I give away.
Mm-hmm.
I kept my rental property.
And when you say give away, what do you mean, for the record?
For the record, last year I gave away about $10,000 outside of me.
But I'm saying, what do you mean, like you gave it away? Like specifically, you gave it how?
To other
the church?
That's what other institutions. To other institutions.
Okay.
And organizations.
Okay.
So the more money,
you're charitable enough.
The more money, maybe. The more money I make, the more money I give out.
Right.
The more money I make, I could keep my rent stable at my rental property. So if the government allow me to keep more of my money, I can hire more people. I can try to keep my rent costs stable while rent is jumping up 30% for some people. My rental property stayed the same, and I'm making less money because taxes are up, expenses are up, but my rental property stayed the same.
So I get what you're saying. You're saying people like you who is a landlord or a business owner, they should give you a break, because in return, you're kind of giving a break to other people. So it's kind of like a trickle down.
Yes, and I do it directly. I do it directly. So that's why I need to pay less taxes. And you talk about I need to give all this.
What do you think? I think I should pay more taxes. I don't think that either. I'm just saying. We're throwing an argument out there for, the people with a bunch of kids, and they feel like they're not getting, enough tax money, or they don't have, they get a lump sum at tax time, but then after that, it's, what are we going to do?
How can you get something you ain't put into something?
Good point.
I didn't have fun making all those kids. I did not have fun making all those kids. I
That's
know it
true.
was. I know it was. Unless you was raped or something like that, I know it was a blast. I did not have a blast making all those kids.
Right. But in most, not, I ain't gonna say most because I don't want to say that, but in some of those instances, the father is not there anymore. So they're kind of on their own as far as taking care of them or providing. So the
It,
government does step in.
is that my fault? Is that my fault or their fault?
I'm not sure if it's anybody's fault per se. It's just something that happens and it has to be dealt with, right?
So the 17,000, the $20,000 I paid in taxes last year. If I kept that, I could have bought a place to house those kids
Mm-hmm.
and kept the price stable. If I didn't have to pay all that taxes and stuff,
I hear you. But if you could do that, what can the government do?
they can't do nothing.
they
They can't do
they're
nothing.
not going to do anything.
It's not their job to provide housing. They
That's not that.
incentivize people to provide housings to others. That's why they give these Section 8 checks. That's incentivizing. That's not
Mm-hmm.
providing.
So do you think that that plan of action helps them?
What plan of action?
Having housing, the
Yes.
welfare.
Yes, because if you don't house the people, you'll have a problem in your hands. Your society can't function as smoothly.
Mm-hmm. So if they're doing that, why don't just bump it up a little more?
Which means bump it up a little more.
Better housing, more money, more.
And guess what? And that's what we have now. They have
Right.
two.
That's true.
They had 2 years of bumping it up, bumping it up, bumping it up, bumping it up. And
Right.
now Mr. Brandon is complaining about damn gas prices because and the price at Walmart because they was just bumping it up, bumping it up, bumping it up.
So should we blame them? We should blame the single mothers for high gas prices or people on welfare?
No,
Or is that just
no,
the evil that's
of course not. You and we ain't talking about city muggers here. Of
I know,
course not.
I'm just saying.
We you blame your local officials.
Right.
You blame your government officials. Your
That's who I want. That's what I want to blame.
that's who you
I'm
blame.
not saying, I mean, it is what it is. I just think if we're gonna be giving people money, especially people in different countries, let's give people here money that actually need help.
No, Brandon, I just said that's the damn problem. They was giving money for 2 years and they took everybody off the nipple. Now the prices are jacked up.
I get you. So what do you think they should have did then? Not done anything?
You know,
Go ahead.
I can't say they should have. It go sound crazy
because it was going to collapse. If they didn't do that, we were going to collapse.
It's almost they should have just froze everything, like you
What
said. Do your socialism shit for 2-3 months. Just froze everything.
Yeah,
ain't nobody owe nothing.
Right. Just you go to the store, you get whatever you want.
No, I don't know about all that. I don't know about all that.
So what you mean froze everything? You talking about froze debts?
They could have just they did freeze a little bit.
Yeah, that's what they kind of just made. You don't pay any rent.
They should have made it more.
Because I know in other countries, I'm not gonna say other countries, but Canada just pay people every month.
They gave the money. See, we as Americans, we buy shit we don't need. They gave money to straight individuals, and people said, "I got this extra money. I don't have to pay rent."
You talking about us? You talking about us? What we did?
Yeah.
Or people? Okay. Yeah.
I don't have to pay rent. I don't have to pay mortgage.
I don't have to pay mortgage right now.
But they gave you the money to pay it, and we didn't do it.
Right.
So I don't know
because we put everything off because they didn't say you're excused for this month. Like, didn't they do a back? Well, no, I guess they did do free rent for a little while, right?
They couldn't kick you out, so it ain't free rent. They couldn't kick you out, so they just kept the bill going.
And then gave you the money, and you spend it on whatever you spend, I guess.
But they didn't give you money. They gave you unemployment plus 300. So you was gonna make in Maryland that year. You was gonna make $70,000 for staying home.
Oh.
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You was gonna make $70,000 because you go get unemployment plus your 300 or 600 or whatever it was.
Mm-hmm.
You was gonna make that money, and people just blew that shit, man. They didn't pay
On
the
what? On
landlord.
what? I
You
don't even.
tell
I'm trying
me.
to think.
I guess they got. You tell me. I know
It's
alcohol was through the roof.
right. It's hard to think back because I don't know how things were where you were, but a lot of places were closed. It seemed like it would be. It's not. I'm not gonna say harder to spend money, but you wasn't just out blowing money because a
It
lot
was
of places
closed.
were closed.
People stacked that money, but didn't pay the bills.
Right.
Or some people did pay the bills. But I couldn't tell you. It was a tough situation. Uh, they should have made it more stricter because a lot of scams got out here. I
Yeah.
don't know. It's like they should have, like, if I was a landlord, they should have paid me and paid me the rent for the people and just had to. I just let it go because I do it a
Right.
little better.
Right. But I don't think they I don't think they did it that way though. I think they
I do it a little better.
But I don't think they trusted all the companies and landlords like yourself. Like, you remember when it first happened, like they gave out a lot of PPP loans to some of these bigger businesses that didn't necessarily need it. And just regular people filing for the loan. They got the money. They say, I had 25 employees, so I need this amount, when they know it's a lie. And a lot of people getting caught up with that stuff and doing some time. So it's a tricky time. I think some of the companies need to be called out